tomorrow. Yes, it is mandatory, Stanley. I don't know about the fees. The .NET runtime. So what is this runtime? I said, runtime is nothing but a software, that's all. It is going to be a software, and this software is developed based on a specification. Remember what is the name? It is developed based on a specification. Yesterday I said, remember this is very important in interviews. What is it? CLI specification, Common Language Infrastructure. Common Language Infrastructure. And the CLI specification, very importantly, it talks about, the CLI specification talks about 4 important things in it. What are the 4 important things? CLS, CTS, metadata, VES. Okay, CLS, CTS, metadata, and VES. We are done with 6 sessions till yesterday. 6 sessions now. Last week 4 and this week 2. Okay. Hey guys, the videos are posted, all of you. In the chat box, the videos are posted. You can copy from there. The offline students, if you just want, I said you can ping me on the number. I'll forward you. Okay. Okay. I don't know about the fees here. You talk with them. Suraj, I cannot help you anything about the fees. What is the fees and all the things? I can only deliver you the content. That's all. Only regarding the classes, ask me. Technical, not about fees and all. That's you required to talk with your management. Okay. So guys, coming back here. Yeah, where we stopped it yesterday, we just been stopped it here. Like, what is the .NET runtime? What is the first point I said you? This is the software that is required to run .NET applications on our machines. And before you install an application that is developed by using .NET, we need to install the runtime. So in the process, I said you first a runtime should be installed. After installing the runtime only, you can install the. After installing the runtime only, you can install the .NET application. Point clear? Second thing, what I said you? Once the runtime software is installed, it will be sitting on the top of the OS. This runtime is dependent or independent? That is dependent on the OS, where we are provided separately for each OS. For Windows, we have Windows runtime. For Linux, we have Linux runtime. For Mac, we have Mac runtime. So runtimes are separate for each and every OS. Okay, but our applications are independent or dependent? Our applications are independent, but runtime is dependent. So once you see, basically guys, these 3 languages, .NET, Java, Python, they have a slogan. What is that, you know? Write once, run anywhere. Are you clearer or not? Write once and run anywhere you want. You will be writing it only for once, but you are capable of running this application anywhere you want. So that's what we just call write once, run anywhere. That's the main slogan of all these 3, Python, Java, as well as .NET. Okay, fine. And the next thing, what is it? To develop the software, there are 4 important aspects what we require to learn. What are the 4 things? CLS, Common Language Specification. What it tells you? After compilation, all languages have to generate the same type of output code called as, or another name here, MSIL, CIL or MSIL, Common Intermediate Language or Microsoft Intermediate Language, whatever you call, both are same. You can either call it as CIL or you can either call it as MSIL. Okay, next point. CTS. What is it? CTS, Common Type System. What does it tell? Uniform Data Type Structure. Uniform data type structure means Similar data types should always be same in size. Similar data types should always be same in size. Okay. So that is what I said. 1.c. Names of the data types can be different. Names of the data types can be different, but their sizes cannot be different. The sizes should be same. Okay. Next, metadata. I said you are a metadata. We are not going to discuss right now here. We will talk about metadata in our programming class. Once we go to programming, we'll explain metadata. And finally, I stopped it here. What is that? The virtual execution system. And yeah, I did not explain you in detail, but I just been stopped at this particular thing here. Okay. So what is this? VS. The other name for this is, we also call it as CLR, guys. Common Language Runtime is the execution engine of the .NET runtime. That is, all .NET applications run under the supervision of this CLR, and this provides various features for our application like platform independency, security, automatic memory management. Let me explain you in detail about this today. Generally, all of us will get a doubt. What is the doubt? Sir, if an application is developed by C++, I can directly install on the machine without installing any softwares, correct? Machine code, direct machine code, you can directly install without installing any software. It's already clarified you. You don't require to install any software to run the machine code. Yes or not? Okay, you don't require to install any software to run the machine code. But that is not the case with the Java. That is not the case with Python. That is not the case with the .NET. They'll ask you to install what? Runtime. Without installing the runtime, I cannot run the application. I cannot run the application. Okay? Sir, why this extra headache for me? Why this extra headache for me? Why should I install the runtime? If you install the runtime and run your applications, the advantage is 3 advantages. What is the first advantage? Platform independence. Second advantage, security. Third advantage, automatic memory management. Okay? See, I'll show you one picture. Watch it. Platform dependent languages after compilation will generate machine code now. I explained it C++ already. Platform dependent languages after compilation generates machine code. Independent languages, intermediate code. The intermediate code has different name. In Java and Python, they call bytecode. In .NET, we call CIL code. Okay? See, suppose an application is developed by C++, compiled, machine code generated. Tomorrow, what you will do? You will directly install the machine code on the client machine. And the machine code will straight away run under the OS. The machine code will straight away run under the OS. But that is not the case in Java, .NET, Python. First, what we install? Runtime. And afterwards, we install our code. So our code will be running inside of the runtime. Okay, watch this picture. See, look at the picture. Left-hand side, operating system. What is that? Machine code is our platform dependent languages here. C, C++, Visual Basic, COBOL, Pascal, Fortran, VC++, all of them. Now come to the right side. What you have seen? First you have the OS. Under the OS you have .NET Runtime. Under the OS what is installed? .NET Runtime. Concentrate. The black color one what I'm showing is the operating system. And under that what we have? The .NET Runtime. And your CIL or MSIL code is inside of the .NET Runtime. Did you understand the difference? Here machine code is running under OS. But here CIL code is running under runtime will run under OS. Point clear all of you? So this is the extra thing what we just have here. Suppose if it is Java, what you call your Java runtime. And that is called bytecode. CL code is called a bytecode. It is Python. What do you call? Python runtime. Python runtime. And there also they call bytecode only. That is also bytecode only. Bytecode only, Python runtime. Okay. But our point is we are learning about .NET. So I said you .NET runtime. Okay. Now, if you compare the differences, the first difference you watch. The first one, C++ I taken as an example and demonstrated for you. What is it? It is platform dependent. It is platform dependent. Means you generate this machine code for Windows. It will run on Windows only. You cannot run on any other operating system. I already clarified you. Yes or not? You can run it only on Windows, but you cannot run on any other operating system. I already said you this particular point in detail. So it is specific to Windows means Windows. That's all. Tomorrow I want to run on Linux. You can't. Mac, you cannot. That is dependency. Now when you come to the other side, this is platform independent. This is platform independent. This can run on multiple operating systems. We already discussed and analyzed all these particular things earlier. Yes or not? Okay. So it is platform independent. What is the other name? Portability. Other name is portability. Means you can easily carry from one machine to another machine. Second drawback. What you know? This is not secured, guys. This code is not secured, but this code is secured. What do you mean by that? Secured, not secured? Actually, platform independency was started with Java. I said already first. Afterwards, .NET, Python, everyone came, but first started with Java. When Java was launched in the market, the company, what are the companies? Sun Microsystems made a big promise to the industry. What is the promise, you know? Our applications are virus free. Our applications are virus free. What is that? Yes, guys. Java, .NET, Python applications will never carry virus under them. What do you mean by that is, might be all of you have a PC or a laptop or a PC, and your system might be sometime corrupted with virus. You install antivirus, sometime corrupted with virus. Have you seen the virus files? If you correctly notice it, they are .exe files, worm.exe. Like this, you'll be finding up the virus files. If you see, the scanner will scan and show you. And I have found this particular file, worm.exe, and I'll quarantine, I'll delete the appropriate file. It will show you .exe. .exe means machine code here. .exe means machine code. Do you know what is the drawback of machine code? Machine code is the biggest culprit which causes virus on your machine. Machine code is the biggest culprit which can cause virus on your machine because machine code has a direct contact with the OS. Machine code has a direct contact with the OS. Because machine code has a direct contact with OS, machine code can corrupt your machine. Are you clearer or not? Okay, the code is straight away having a contact with the operating system, so it can corrupt the OS also. But when you come to CIL or MSCI code, is it directly contacting with the OS? There is an extra layer present or not? What is the extra layer? The .NET runtime. So when you have that extra layer of .NET runtime, this .NET runtime will give you that security to you. And that is, this cannot interact with the OS directly, so cannot corrupt the OS also. Are you clear? Say, in 2020, when initially COVID has been started, if anyone is affected by COVID, what did they do? They put them in isolation, they put them in a separate room, close the doors, put them in that, and put everything in separate, asking to stay in the room. Yes or not? So that's what you're trying to bring away. You don't have a contact. But the next minute you have a contact, initial stages, if you have a contact with an affected person, automatically the second one is also affected by COVID now. Yes or not? Okay. So that's what. So right now, see, the machine code directly contacts the OS. So it can corrupt the OS, but the CL code or MSL code doesn't have contact with the OS. They are under the runtime, and this runtime will not allow to interact with the operating system. So your OS is always safe. Your OS is always safe from the application. Generally, see, when you download any applications online, don't you have a fear that application contains virus in it? Tell me, when you download an application online, don't you have a fear? What fear? If this application contains any virus, my system gets corrupted? Yes or not? You don't require to take that fear. If that application is developed by using Java or Python or .NET. Are you getting my point? That is the benefit of installing the runtime on your machine. That is the benefit of installing the runtime. If I install the runtime, that will take care of all the things to me. So I don't require to take it in again just to be worried about whether this may be corrupting my OS or all these worries will not be there now. Understood the point or not? So that is the first important point. What you just require to remember. Windows Defender is different. If runtime is not there, Windows Defender will take care of it. But generally, I'm telling you, if runtimes are there, runtimes will directly take care of your virus problems and all. Okay. So for the applications, third one. So 1 and 2 are clear. 1 and 2 are clear. Third, what is the third one? Manual memory management. Automatic memory management. What is manual memory management and automatic memory management? Listen, what is manual? All of you, if you have studied engineering, for all of you in the first year, you have a subject, C and data structures. You have the subject C and data structures. Data structures, it talks about stack, queue, linked list, and all these things. I'm not talking about all the things here. In that, you recollect yourself here, you learned about some functions called malloc, calloc for memory allocation, free, delete for memory deallocation. So what is that? First understand, what is memory management? Memory management is a process of allocation and deallocation of the memory that is required for a program to execute. I repeat, it is a process of allocation and the deallocation of the memory that is required for a program to execute is called as memory management. So it's a process of allocation as well as deallocation also. We call that as memory management. And guys, remember, memory management is of two types. Memory management is of two types. Two types there. Memory management is two types. What are the two types? Manual, automatic. What is manual? In manual, developers are responsible for the allocation and the deallocation process. Who is responsible? Developers. Developers means we are responsible for the allocation and deallocation. How is that? That only said you. The allocation, recollect yourself. We called functions like malloc, calloc. We call these functions for allocation of the memory. And for the deallocation, we call functions like free, delete. These functions are called for deallocation process. And maybe you will be learning about this in the data structures class in the first year of your engineering if you are coming from engineering background. Otherwise, if you are not aware of it, no worries about it, but just telling you. So who has to do? Developer only has to do all the things. So what is the headache for a developer, As a developer, you have two buttons on your shoulders. Two buttons on your shoulders. What are the two buttons? One button is you're required to focus on the logic. You're required to focus on the logic for the application. Second button is you're required to focus on the memory management of the application also. Both the two things you are only responsible. Responsible for the logic, responsible for the memory management. For both the two things, you are responsible. Is the point clearer or not? Tell me. Okay, for both the two things, you are responsible. But when you come to Java, when you come to .NET, when you come to Python, they follow automatic memory management. What is automatic memory management? Developers are not responsible for allocation and deallocation at all. Developers are not responsible for allocation and deallocation. Who will take care then? Runtime. The runtime will take care of the allocation process and the deallocation process. It will perform your memory management automatically for you. That is called as automatic memory management. You understand your manual? Manual means you should do. Manual means you should do now. Automatic means that is implicitly performed by the runtime. Means developer doesn't require to do anything here. So now you understand you have only one button on your shoulders now. What is that? Just focus on the logic. Ignore about all the other nonsense like memory management. All focus on your coding. That's all. Point clearer. You just focus on your code, logic part, and you focus on the logic and write your code. The rest of the things will be taken care by the Runtime. Runtime tells you focus on your logic. I will take care about platform independency. I will take care about the memory management. Everything I am responsible. You just only concentrate on coding. Are you clearer or not? See, like, say, you basically study in hostels and all. You basically study in the like military schools and all, military schools, science schools and all. I see there people who not only focus only on the studies, they have so many other burdens on them also. They need to focus on a lot of other things, not only about the study. Okay, they teach them how to grow on their own. How to grow on their own. They require to wash their own clothes. They require to wash their own rooms, clean their own rooms, everything. Yes or not? Okay, and they need to focus on the studies again. They need to focus on the studies. But you people who stay in your home, what is your extra burden here? You just focus, you only focus on your studies. The rest of all the things are taken care by your parents. Yes or not? That is only the problem for us. That is only the problem for us. When all the things are taken care, we don't focus even on the studies. We just focus on all the other nonsense. See, I'm just telling you guys, how you studied till now, I don't care about it. I don't talk about it. But the next 6 months is very, very crucial for you in your life now. This coming 6 months is very, very crucial. Focus on the subject. Okay? Festivals will come and go. Functions will come and go. But your career is not like this. Focus on your particular career first. That's important. Once you just get a job, you can enjoy the life. That is different. But this 6 months, put your 100% efforts. Are you clear? So if I say everything will be just like very simple, it will be like a movie, everything will be. But you write the code, you will understand the problems. Are you getting me? Okay, you just watch a big movies like, see, we just watched the Triple R movie, it's a visual feast. But making the movie is the real challenge. Yes or not? That is what. See, when I teach you, it will just like a movie. It will be very beautiful, simple. I'll write everything. I don't get any error at all. I will run every program. I'll show you. You start writing, but a simple code also you'll get 10 errors in the code. Okay, that's what. From there you will be starting how to fix this particular errors. Why you're getting the errors? Understanding about that. That takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of time to understand. 1.5 hours, if I teach in the class, it requires for you minimum 4 to 5 hours to practice. Is that clear? So put your efforts for 100% here. If you are 100% with your efforts, it's not a big deal. You can easily get a job. Okay, getting the job is very easy today in the industry. From the last 2 years, like last 1.5 year, basically companies have not recruited people. They did not recruit the people. In the COVID time, lockdown time, they did not recruit the people. That's why from the last 6 months, guys, if you see, like openings are very high. I'll tell you, like what is the situation? With 2-3 years of experience also, you work in a company for 2 years, 3 years. After that, they are jumping for a package of 12 to 15 lakhs. That is the current situation in the market. Earlier, 2-3 years means 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, that's all. 2-3 years of experience you got means you will 5 lakhs. But today the scenarios are very different. If you are perfect in the subject, if you have 2 years of experience also, they are demanding 14 to 15 lakhs. That is the current stage in the industry. Are you clear? And one thing I'll tell you, what do you know? They're getting up, that is a bubble. Sometimes it will fire. Sometimes it will fire in the sense, with the nominal knowledge also, with the minimum knowledge also, people are getting up hikes in their salaries, like 12 lakhs, 14 lakhs, and because people are not available, they're just recruiting. But once it comes to one stage, once everyone comes with perfect knowledge, comes to the perfect knowledge, whoever have half of knowledge will be facing the problem. They'll be kicked out. Are you clear? It's a bubble. It will fire at any point of time. So what I'm trying to say is, be perfect in the subject. If you are perfect in the subject, no one can touch you in the company again. Okay, so with half of knowledge, if you just go manage interviews and just go, that's not the right thing. That's why, see, most of the people ask me a question. Sir, tomorrow I have an interview. Can you tell me what will they ask? If I know what will they ask, everyone will get up a job here. How do I know what will they ask in an interview? Did you get my point? What I say is, A to Z is important. These are not public examinations. See, when you're studying in your public examinations, you have some problem with a chapter. You have a problem with a chapter, and you leave that in choice. Yes or not? Here you don't have a choice, guys. A to Z is important. A to Z is important. What questions are asked in interviews? There are no standards. You don't have any standards in the industry. Like if the person comes as a fresher, you should ask only these questions. If he comes with 1 year experience, you should ask only these questions. You don't have any standards like this. They can ask you anything in the subject. So you should be thorough with the whole subject. A to Z is important for you. Are you getting my point or not? So when I was teaching only, I will tell you, this talk, if anything, 1 or 2 topics, if they are not going to be important, I'll tell you, ignore them. It's not going to be important. It's not going to be important. But otherwise, 90% is important only. Because when application developments are done, what topic it will be used in which scenario, we don't know. So you can ask that. So there are no standards. And the person who interviews you, on what topic will interview, that will be said. There are no standards. You can ask any question. What he will do, he will ask the questions on the topic what he was strong. Clear? He was strong in a particular area. He starts asking questions on that area. He was strong in database. He will ask questions in the database. He was strong in web development. He will start asking questions in web development. Are you getting my point? That is why I never say read this FAQs, or I don't give FAQs to the students also. I only say one point. Read everything what I teach you. You will 75% of the questions will be from that only. Understood my point? Okay, don't focus on FAQs. That's a wrong thing here. See, FAQs, so many people go to FAQs. I'll read FAQs and go to interview. You can answer in an interview if the question is asked in the same style. If you twist the question, you read the question and answer here. Is it guaranteed the question will ask like that only? This is the interviewer also coming reading the FAQs. No. So the question is twisted, you know the answer, but you will not be in a position to answer. So that's why don't focus on reading FAQs and prepare for the interviews. Believe on yourself, believe on the subject. Understand from the roots. If you understand from the roots, you will become successful in the industry. I'll tell you guys, I'm not from a software background. You learn, my graduation is BCom. My post-graduation is MBA marketing. I don't know what is a computer in my academics. I taught 75,000 people till now in .NET. Did you understand? Okay, I don't know what is a computer in my academics at all. After completing my MBA, I am MBA marketing, that too not computers also, MBA marketing. After completing my MBA, out of my own interest, because all my other friends are in this industry, I came here. But initially, I struggled a lot. After coming here, I struggled a lot to get a job because of my education background. At that point of time, I started teaching. After teaching, I got an opportunity to work in a US-based MNC. And I just worked 3 years there. By end of the first year, I was promoted as a team leader. By end of the second year, I was just given the designation as senior team leader. Third year, they proposed me a project lead. But I have passion towards teaching. Because I have passion towards teaching, I used to do both the 2 things. I used to work, I used to teach both the 2 jobs. But becoming hectic with both the 2 jobs, I left off development and I fully came off into teaching. So interest should be there here. If you have interest, nothing is a rocket science. Did you get my point? You must have that interest, that passion. You have that passion and interest to learn. Nothing is going to be a rocket science. It's very easy if you put 100% efforts and focus. Okay? When we are learning here, we don't have any deviations like mobile phones, WhatsApps and YouTubes and all. But you people have a lot of deviations. You stay night and read means you people will be sitting on YouTube, Facebooks and WhatsApps and all. Okay? Put all these things aside here. The next 6 months that I'm telling you, the next 6 months is the crucial time of your life to settle in the market. Clear? Okay? Put your WhatsApp side, watch them. But still, don't be 100% of working on that only. Facebooks and all, I better say, shut out them for the time until you got it up. Is that okay? Understood my point? Okay, so focus only on the subject. it is easy to settle in the industry. Once you settle in the industry, you will enjoy the fruits in your whole life. 6 months, just 6 months, 100% will the efforts. Is it clear, all of you? Okay. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm ready to take you into the deep sea. I'm ready to take you into the deep sea. I will leave you there. That's your duty to come out from there. Okay? I will take you to the subject here. That your responsibility to get a job. You are only responsible to get your job. Clear? Now what I said to you is just coming back to what I said to you is what is that? The advantages of the runtime. The advantages of the runtime. Three major advantages. One is platform independency. Second one is security. Third one is automatic memory. All these features will be provided to you. You are not responsible. That is why applications that run under the runtime are called as managed applications. Understood, mate? The applications that are running under the runtime, what we call them? Managed applications. They are called managed applications. And applications that run directly under the operating system are called as unmanaged applications. See, that is unmanaged code. You see that? Machine code is unmanaged code. Means your application is unmanaged. Unmanaged means no platform dependent, no security, manual memory management. Second, managed code or managed applications. What's it? Platform independent, secured. So from our words, I want to use the words called platform dependent and platform independent. What I'll say, managed, unmanaged. If I say managed, managed as all the features, platform independency, security, as well as automatic memory management. Unmanaged means platform dependent, not secured, manual memory management. Any doubts? Are you clear? Now, who is responsible for all these three things now? All these things, the runtime. Runtime. But inside the runtime, CLR is responsible. Inside of the runtime, who is responsible? That CLR will take care of all the things to you. Okay, that's what I stopped with in the last class, guys. Read it. The other name for this is CLR is the execution engine of the .NET runtime. What did I say, guys? If .NET runtime is a car, CLR is the engine of the car. Is the engine of the car important for a car or not? Yeah, that's important for a car now. So same way, CLR is the important component of the .NET runtime. That is, all .NET applications run under the supervision of this CLR, and it provides various features for our application like platform independency or portability, security, and automatic memory management. Understood? On a whole, what we say, see, we are alive, means our heart is working. So here, everyone talks about the person, but not about the heart. But the heart is actually responsible for pumping your blood and taking care of all the things. Correct or not? So here, what we say, we talk about the whole person, but we don't talk only about the heart. Exactly. Runtime is you, and CLR is your heart. I hope you're clear, and that will provide you that heart. Heart will do all the pumping of your blood, and everything is done by the heart only, na? So same way, the CLR will take the responsibility of the platform independency, security, automatic memory management for everything. That will take the responsibility. And you guys watch it. This is the architecture of the CLR. This is the architecture of the CLR. I'll show you a picture. Watch it. Yeah. Watch it, guys. If you just look at that, if you just look at that, that is CLR architecture. So the CLR internally contains a lot of components. The CLR internally contains a lot of components. You see, an engine of a car. The engine of a car contains so many things in it now. Yes or not? Each part will be taking care of different things. Now, see, under this CLR also, we'll find a lot of things in it. What about first one? Base class library support. What is the base class library support? Listen, in every programming language you learn, one thing you commonly find, what you know? Libraries. You learned C language now? Printf. Printf is a library. Scanf is a library. These are all libraries. We are consuming the libraries. Yes or not? So every programming language will contain this. What it will contain? Libraries. It will contain the libraries. So what do you call libraries in C language? Header files. Perfect. We call them as header files. C language, C++ language, we call libraries as header files. Java. If you come across anyone came academics of Java, you'll know that. Packages. What do you call? Packages. We just call them as packages. In .NET, we call them as base class libraries. Are you clear? What we call? Base class library. There are another name for that also. Framework class libraries. You call base class library or a framework class library. Both are same only. So that is the first header files. Perfect. We call them as header files. C language, C++ language, we call libraries as header files. Java. If you come across anyone came academics of Java, you'll know that. Packages. What do you call? Packages. We just call them as packages. In .NET, we call them as base class libraries. Are you clear? What we call? Base class library. There are another name for that also. Framework class libraries. You call base class library or a framework class library. Both are same only. So that the first one is the base class library support. Is it clear? Next, thread support. All these components I cannot explain you right now, but by end of your C#, you will understand everything that is present there. Clearer or not? By end of your C#, you'll understand about each and every of the appropriate thing. Today, you need to understand what is threading. Then only I can tell you what is a thread support. That's what I'm telling. So by end of your classes, you will be understanding and you will get an idea about all these particular components. Few things only I'm touching right now. One is the base class library I explained you. Thread support I don't want to talk. Type checker I don't want to talk. All this for thread support, COM master, time checker. We'll see in our programming classes. Security engine. Array, that is the one responsible for security of the applications now. What it will do, you know? It will not allow applications to interact with the OS and OS to interact with the application. That will take care of the complete security of your applications. That will take care of the complete security of your applications. That is what the security engine is. It will not allow applications to interact with OS and at the same time OS to interact with the application. Debug engine also will learn, guys, not now in the programming classes. This is another important thing. MSIL2 native compiler called as JIT, just in time. JIT or just in time. What is this JIT or just in time? Just a minute here. Explain again base class level. Libraries, yeah. Every language has libraries. Every language has libraries like printf and scanf. In C language, we use them. Printf and scanf. Array, did you write the code for printf and scanf? Printf and scanf are predefined. They are predefined. And what we call them? Library. And what we call libraries in C language? Header files. The same thing when you come to Java, we call libraries as packages. The same thing when you come to .NET, we call libraries as base class library. Okay? From when will regular classes begin? There's nothing again regular classes here. Again, this question, why this question? Always I said you. This is regular class only. No more breaks in the class. Don't mind, can you please show us how to debug the web application in real time? You are learning C# today and you are asking how to debug a web application. Yeah, we'll learn in web. This is out of topic, it is out of discussion. When we learn web applications, then I will teach you how to debug your applications. Okay? It is not going to be a part of the syllabus right now here. No one knows about the project and you're asking me. That cannot be shown here. It can be shown only when I'm developing web applications. JIT. JIT stands for just-in-time compiler. JIT stands for just-in-time compiler. What is this just-in-time compiler? The just-in-time compiler is a compiler which is responsible for converting the bytecode into machine code. What we learned here, the bytecode, CIL code into machine code. What did I explain you? You will be installing CIL code of the client machine. The CIL code converts into machine code. The CIL code converts into machine code. Who will do the conversion? CLR. CLR means inside the CLR, JIT compiler will do it. Understood? See, there is a car manufactured by Tatas. Does it mean that Ratan Tata will make a car for you? No, it is a brand of Tatas. Under that, Tatas also so many manufacturing units. Under that, automobile industry, and automobile industry in a particular brand, the car is manufactured. Correct? Same way, framework is the root. Under the framework we have CLR. Under the CLR we have the JIT compiler. Means many components are there. Every component will be taking care of one thing. Security engine will take care of what? Security. And this JIT compiler will take care of platform independency. Our portability comes through the JIT compiler only. The JIT compiler only is responsible for converting what to what? CIL code into C#. Into machine code. I could see some people not on, some people telling voice not clear. What about the other people? Is that clear? I don't know, I'm facing problem in this batch only. From morning I teach 4 classes, I'm not facing problem in any class. Only this class I'm facing the problem. Some are telling it's clear, some are telling it's breaking. Check your audio devices here. See, if it is not clear, it should not be clear for all. It cannot be clear for some people and not. If it is not clear from your side, maybe your audio devices have a problem. Check your audio settings. Okay. My friends, so that's what the security engine. Security engine will take care of what? Security of the application. JIT compiler will take care of platform independency. That will convert what to what? CIL code into machine code. How does it do? We'll talk on that. Next one, code manager. This is responsible for managing the complete code. Garbage collector. This is responsible for automatic memory management. What I explained to you. Right, just now I said you 3 things. Remember, security. Who will take care? Security engine. Second one, portability. Who will take care? JIT compiler. JIT compiler. Third one, automatic memory management. Who will take care? Garbage collector. The garbage collector will take care of the automatic memory management. See, in the programming classes here, I will show you practically how the garbage collector will allocate and deallocate the memory. Practically, I'll show you that. Okay? Class loader. What is class loader? Class loader is responsible for loading the libraries. For loading the libraries. You want to consume libraries in your application now? When you want to consume the libraries in your application, the class loader will be responsible for loading the required libraries into your applications actually. So like this, it's a combination of various components under that, and that is completely what we call it as CLR. Are you clear? So if you just understand, I'm not talking about each and every component. I said right now I cannot tell about each and every component, but going forward, by end of the course, you'll understand about all the components. So I will talk about debugging, then you will understand about debug engine. I will explain you about exception handling, then you will understand about exception manager. I will talk about type checking, then you will understand about type checker. We will talk about threading, then you will understand about thread support. Okay, and I said I will explain you garbage collector. All these things to be practically shown to you. Okay, we'll discuss. One thing I want to conclude here is about the JIT compiler. One thing I just want to clarify in detail is about the JIT compiler, the just-in-time compiler. How exactly it will work? Are you clear around? Because what compiler does, You can only explain, you can't see. You compile the program in C now. What it generated your machine code? Did you see how it is compiled? You run it, output file is generated, and your teacher have taught you this will contain so and so things in that. Are you getting my point here? So compilation cannot be practically shown to you. Compilation happens, but I need to only theoretically explain you what exactly happens in the compilation and how the code converts from one to the other. Is it clear? So I just want to focus only on the JIT compilation process here, but rest of the things we'll just look into them in the programming classes. Fine. So what is the JIT compiler? What the JIT compiler does? JIT stands for just in time compiler. This is responsible for converting CIL code into, based on what? Based on the platform on which we are executing our application. As I said you already, you just remember this picture. All of you remember this picture? What will give to clients? CIL code. To run the CIL code, what you have? And in the runtime, what you have? And in the CLR, what you have? JIT compiler. So that JIT compiler is a part of the CLR, which will take the CIL code and converts into Windows machine code here, because this is Windows. And here, Linux machine code. And here, Mac machine code. Okay. So guys, if anyone has just have any confusions on this particular thing, if anyone has any confusions on it, already the videos are posted. And you can just go through the appropriate videos if anyone has any confusion with these pictures formation, because I already explained about all these things in the earlier classes. The first 6 class videos are posted. One more time, I'm just posting it, guys. If anyone messed up, these are the videos of the first 6 completed classes. So this is only for C# course. Yeah, in this I will teach only C#. The course is .NET full stack, but this class timing is only C#. Okay. What? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Understood all of you? The JIT compiler will do. So whose responsibility is to do? The JIT compiler's responsibility is to convert the CIL code into, based on the platform. If you're running on Windows, it will generate Windows machine code. If you're running on Linux, it will generate Linux machine code. If you're running on Mac, it will generate your Mac machine code. That's what exactly it does to you. Okay. Now guys, listen. How does it perform this conversion on which we are executing our application? And this conversion takes place by adopting a principle. What is the principle? You know, conversion gradually during the program's execution. Guys, the conversion takes place by adopting a principle called as conversion gradually during the program's execution. What exactly is that, sir? What exactly is the conversion gradually during the program's execution? I'll tell you. Have a look on this picture, guys, all of you. Have a look on this picture. Assume like there's a client computer. Assume like the client computer. Now on the client computer, to run my application, what should I install first? The .NET runtime. Now see inside the runtime what you have, and inside the CLR we have so many components. I have not listed all, but I just giving you an overview of this. What we have: security engine, JIT compiler, all components I did not list, but I shown you 7 or 8 components. Everything will be present inside of it. Okay, now? Now, after installing the runtime, what you will install? CIL code. The second thing what you will install is CIL code. See, on the other side, you have the CIL code. What is the CIL code? It's nothing but an application what I developed. It is nothing but an application what I developed. Okay. Now, guys, all of you remember a point. Every application is a collection of functionalities or functions. All of you learned C language now. In the C language, what did you write here? You written a program with a set of functions in it. You want to add two numbers. You written one function for that. You want to subtract two numbers. You written one function to that. You want to divide two numbers, a function. Did you write functions or not? So every program is a collection of functions or functionalities. Means every function will do one functionality now. Add function will do addition. Sub function will do subtraction. Multiply function will do a multiplication. So like this, every function is going to perform you some actions to you. Are you clear? You go to an ATM machine. You swipe your ATM card. And now the menu opens there. In the left hand side, you will be finding 4 buttons and 4 transactions. In the right hand side, you will be finding 4. What's it? Like balance inquiry, mini statement, quick withdrawal. On the other side, change pin. Will you find or not? Understood my point here? Understand here. The 8 options what you see on screen are 8 functions in the code. Did you get my point or not? The 8 options what you see are 8 functions in the code. You click on balance inquiry. It will call the function balance inquiry. You click on withdraw. It will call the function withdraw. You click on pin change. It will call the function pin change. Understand me? So every program is a collection of functionalities. So here I just shown you ABCD something. Now assume like everything is one function here. Assume like everything is one function. A is one function, B is one function, like this. I have a set of functions in my application now, all compiled together and installed on the client machine in which format? CIL code. What we discussed, like source code will not come to client. What will come to client? Only compiled code. That is the CIL code. Understood till now? What is it install first? Runtime. Runtime contains CLR contains all the components. Next, what you will install? And what are all these things I said to you? These are all different functions in the code. Okay? Now tell me one thing here. Your program has 10 functions in it. Your program has 10 functions in it. Is it mandatory you should execute all the 10 functions every time? No. I've written 5 functions called add, subtract, multiply, division, and mod. Is it mandatory you should call every function every time? I want to do only addition. You take a calculator. Calculator has plus, minus. Is it mandatory that you, for every given 2 numbers, you should click plus, minus, multiply, divide? No. Whatever you want, you'll just do call them. That's all. Correct? Now see, here I'm just listing you some 12 different functions. But here, the functions I called are only 4. What I called? A, D, G, J. Only 4 functions I called. Understood my point now? What will JIT compiler do, you know? Listen carefully. What is conversion gradually during the program's execution? I'm explaining you. Concentrate on this. What JIT compiler will do, you know? JIT compiler will take first what you called A, right? JIT compiler will take A. JIT compiler will take the code of A, converts into machine code, loads it into memory. See now, loaded into memory. Are you clearer? That is loaded. Once A is loaded in the memory, A starts its execution. A will start the execution. A is going to start the execution. Okay? When A is executing in the foreground, JIT compiler will not sit lazily or idly in the background. What it will do, you know? Who is next? In the background, JIT compiler will pick D, converts into machine code, and makes it ready. By the time A completes the execution, it is making D ready for execution now. Understood or not? So you understood 2 actions are getting performed at a time now. In the foreground, your code is executing. In the background, Conversion. In the background, what is happening? Conversion is happening. Understood or not? We call this as asynchronous programming. What is that? Asynchronous programming. The opposite is synchronous programming. What is synchronous? Synchronous means one after the other. A converted, executed, then B converted, executed, then C converted, executed, D converted, executed. It is time taking now. It is time taking now. So now at a time you are going to do these actions. In the foreground, execution. In the background, conversion. I'll tell you a best example for this. All of us came across this one. What do you know? In your school days, guys, you have your school annual day functions. What is the agenda of the annual day functions here? How the agenda will be? First, there will be a chief guest speaking, addressing. First thing is your principal or someone will be addressing the function. Afterwards, you will have a chief guest. The chief guest will be addressing. Next, commonly this happens. Presentation before the school annual day function. Compulsory, you will have sports and games, and all the presentation ceremony will go on the stage. And afterwards, you will have some cultural events like skits, dances, something performance. Correct? But guys, when the stage on the stage, presentation ceremony is going on, and it is reaching last. It's about another 5 minutes that will be completed. So immediately after that, what should start? Cultural event should start. Immediately after that, what should start? The cultural events should start immediately after that. So if you want to start the cultural events after that, what will happen now? See, remember when the presentation ceremony is going on, our teachers in the back of the stage, they assemble all the people who need to give their first performance on the stage, making them ready. Because they're children, they may not be having the confidence to play on the stage. So they will boost your confidence. You can do that, and they'll be making you ready to give your performance on the stage. Correct? Now, all the presentation ceremony is completed here. You people occupied the stage. Now you are performing. When you are performing, did you notice your teachers never stood there watching your show? Your teachers never stood there watching your show. What are they doing? They are busy in the back. They're busy in the back of the stage, making the second group to be ready. Yes or not? That is called asynchronous now. See, one is performing on the stage, and second one is getting ready in the back of the stage. Once the first one completes and go out, second one will occupy the stage. Next, what will happen? Third one will in the background. Third one is getting ready. If not like this, if you go with synchronous programming here, what is the drawback? First group came on the stage, performed, completed. Teacher stood there watching it, completed. Next, they went back, gathered the second group, sent them. What will happen here? There will be a delay between each performance. When there is a delay between each performance, auditorium will be disturbed. And when nothing is going on, people try to go in, out, talking on the calls. It will be disturbed environment. But see, continuity should be there. If continuity is missing, it will become boring. So that continuity should go there. If the continuity should go there, means there should not be any time gap present there. Are you getting me? So that is only what we call as conversion gradually during the programs. Means both are happening, guys. In the foreground, execution is happening. In the background, conversion is happening. What we call this, I said you, asynchronous programming. This is called as asynchronous programming. So the opposite for that is synchronous programming. Okay, what should I repeat? The process is like in the foreground, execution will be taking place. In the foreground, execution will be taking place. In the background, conversion will be taking place. For example, if you look at this, first, what is converted? Tell me. A converted. First, A is converted. Now A starts execution. When A starts execution, in the background, what is happening? D is getting converted. D is getting converted. Now T loaded. By the time A completes, T is ready for execution now. D completes the execution. D is executing. In the background, conversion is going on for G now. Are you clearer or not? And that too, see, it is not converting the whole CIL code and loading. It is not converting the whole CIL code and loading. What is it converting? What is required, that is only getting converted. Otherwise, guys, if I convert the whole code there, the memory will be full. No space to happen. We should give the stage here. Who is supporting all the students? If I send all the students on the stage now, who is performing there? We don't know, and the stage will take a fall down. Yes or not? So what should be on stage? Who is performing? So conversion also, what should be converted? Only what is required. Otherwise, unnecessary job for converting all these things now. So that is why what is required, that is only converted. And that is the role of the JIT compiler. Is picture clear, all of you? Yes or not? Okay. So this is the conversion gradually during the program's execution. Okay. Yes, we can. Right. Okay. So this is how the conversion will be taking place. Well, guys, these are the important things. I said you base class library, I explained to you. Thread support, pop string, type checker, exception manager, debug engine. I did not say. I said you, I promise I'll show you in the programming classes. Security engine, I said you. What is that? Security engine will not allow applications to interact with the operating system, and at the same time, operating system to interact with the application. These two things will not happen. And then, just now I have spoken about the JIT compiler. The JIT compiler is responsible for converting the IL code into machine code by adopting a principle called conversion gradually during the program's execution. Code manager, this will be managing the code for you. We'll discuss about that. Class loader is responsible for loading the libraries. Loading the libraries for execution. And garbage collector. A quick overview of the garbage collector. I'll show practically about this also. Garbage collector will take care of what? Automatic memory management. It will take the responsibility of allocation and deallocation. What is allocation and deallocation? Actually, just watch this. I'm writing a program, guys. My program contains 1,000 lines of code in it. I have a program which contains 1,000 lines of code in it. Guys, in line number 1, I'm doing one thing. What you know? I'm declaring a string like this. Hello. In line number 1, I'm declaring a string. And now, in line number 10, I am printing the string on screen now. I'm printing the string on the screen. How to print? Just like printf. Here we say right now. STR. This will print the output on the screen. Now listen here. In the remaining 990 lines, I don't want to use the string anywhere in my code now. Means the work of the string is completed. Are you clear? If that is the case, what you do, in line number 11, simply say str is equals to null. What is that? You are telling, I don't want the string anymore. Means what are you doing, You are marking it as. You are marking it as unused. It is unused. I don't want this. It is unused. I don't want this anymore in my applications. This is what I'm marking it as what? Unused. Guys, listen, when you mark this as unused, still 990 lines of code is there to execute now. Some point of time, garbage collector will come now and deallocate the memory of the string now. That will come, that is not in your control or my control. That will automatically come into action, identifies all unused objects in the code and destroys them. Did you catch my point or not? What did you do? Identifies all the unused objects in the program and destroys them. Is the point clearer or not? All unused objects will be identified, and once they are identified, destruction will be performed by the garbage collector. That is the role of the garbage collector for us. I'll tell you, every day in your street, the municipal garbage that comes to take a garbage away from the street, na? Yes or not? Are they responsible to come and clean your house? What is the responsibility? The responsibility is to clean the garbage on the road. On the road. Or otherwise on your road there will be a dustbin. They'll carry it up. What is your job? What is your job? You clean your house and you throw the garbage outside. You put it outside. The municipal garbage that comes now and takes away all the garbage. Correct or not? Okay. So remember, garbage collector is not responsible for identifying for just going to check whether this is used or unused. That is your job. What is your job? You should tell. You want to use this in the coda, you don't want to use this in the coda. Once you say you don't want to use, the garbage collector responsibility is to just right. See, the municipal garbage collector, the municipal garbage van will not knock your door and ask you every day, did you clean your house? Yes or not? Will they do that? Lakhs of houses will be present in every knocking every door is not possible for them now. They will come sometime in the road now, and all the garbage will be taken away. So before they come there, what is your job? Your job is to clean your house and put the garbage outside. Clear? So this is what you are cleaning up your house and you are putting it outside. What is that? STR is equals to null. Now, when will the municipal garbage come into your street? Tell me. When will the municipal garbage truck comes into your street? I want the exact time. God knows. Who knows? When will it come? Who knows? It will come in the morning, I know that. But is it going to come at 10 o'clock, at 10:05, at 10? I don't know. Yes or not? That comes. That only we know. Clear? And tell me one thing. What is that? When it comes, your garbage should be outside. You clean your house at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You cannot put it outside and call the municipal department, send your garbage truck to take my garbage now. Correct? When it comes only, that will do. And that's what I'm telling you. When will garbage collector come is not in your or my control. That is controlled by CLR. That is controlled by CLR. CLR will send the garbage collector. Tell it, going to clean all the garbage. So it will come now, identifies all the unused objects and destroy the unused objects in your code. Is it clear, all of you? That is the role of the garbage collector. I explained theoretically, guys, but I'll show you practically. I'll show you practically. Okay, if I don't assign null, it will destroy. That's also I'll show you. If I assign null, then only that will be destroyed. Okay, how can I see? I'll show you. We'll talk about all the things practically in our classes. Is it clear? Okay, few components I did not explain you, but I tried covering maximum what we can understand right now. Clearer, everyone? Okay, the rest of the components also will be explained to you in the regular programming classes. Practically also, I'll show about the garbage collector. Okay, now, this is the introduction to your .NET first. You guys got an idea what is .NET first? Yes or not? And next we talked about how .NET applications will execute. Languages, compilation, execution, what to install, all the things we got an idea. Okay? Now, .NET is basically a collection of programming languages. We need to write this. If you want to test all these things, we need to write code now by using some programming language. So guys, that's what. From tomorrow, we will start with C#. From tomorrow, we'll start with C#. We'll understand how to write code by using C# and we'll jumpstart programming. Okay, we'll start with C# tomorrow and from that continuously we'll go into programming. Am I clear? Because see, most of you people may not be having any knowledge on object-oriented programming. But I'm not asking you also because I teach object-oriented programming from the bottom. But knowledge of visual programming, C programming is mandatory. I already said you must have that knowledge. So I will start from there only. How do you write programs in C? How do you write programs in C++? And how do you write programs in C#? We'll talk step by step what are the changes and all the things. Clear? Let's stop here. We'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll discuss about C#. We'll start with C# from tomorrow. Yeah, guys, you can carry on. Can you please list down what are the things covered?